What I've seen is that when we frame true identity, the deepest part of somebody that never changes, and when we frame that into a work of art that really honors somebody, what happens is that people are led home. That's why Sacred Streets is continuing to exist, is because I've seen people's life change because of having their portrait done. What we're seeing in California today is that we're losing $4 billion every single year for the last 5 years, trying to figure out how to get people housed, how to get people off the sidewalks, out of their tents, and into a home. Why is it not changing? Year after year, we see that this problem continues to get worse. We are not speaking to people's identity first. How we think of ourselves, and I think you can see this in your own life, how we see ourselves and our own sense of self-worth is the foundation for everything. And so if we're offering a free apartment and a really incredible rehab program, those gifts are gonna fall through the cracks of their shattered identity. When that identity is restored to something that's healthy, where somebody sees themselves as valuable, beautiful, that their life is worth living, and that they have a purpose ahead of them, those good gifts will have a good place to fall and be received. That's why I make portraits. For me, I do this with face-to-face portraits that start with people on the streets, looking them in the eyes, really seeing who they are and translating their essence onto that piece of paper. You can see something in their eyes change over the course of that time. What a portrait does when it's drawn live like this, person to person, eye to eye, is you can see somebody's sense of self be repaired. Out of the first 12 portraits that I did on Skid Row in Los Angeles, I saw 4 of those people make a traceable life change. A third of people made a big life change to become housed upon their own initiative and their own desire after our portrait session. Another third expressed to me some sort of way that this portrait experience was transformative for them, that it built them up and helped them to see themselves in a new light. This is incredible. Looking at the numbers of the people who increase on the streets every year after billions of dollars are thrown at this problem, to have 2/3 have a life change, that is worth investing in. Over the course of the next 3 years, I'm gonna build up a team of artists that can make these portraits together. Of course, these are portraits that go out to be in front of audiences of thousands. And when these portraits are surrounded by this sacred space, those stories are unforgettable. I've seen people walk out completely changed. They're able to catch that vision, and whenever they pass people on the sidewalks from that day forward, they're able to see a person, an individual, and a story that matters and is worth investing in. So I want to invite you to join this growing movement. Follow along in whatever way you can. If you get to come to Sacred Streets exhibition, you're going to be able to experience something that I think you will never forget. Sacred Streets is all about framing people's true identity so that they may be led home. I hope you'll join us.